Hello, this is Aisha Price, and we're going to talk about in this segment resources for subcontractors. Say, for example, you're interested in contracting with the federal government. The federal government requires you to go through a process, but it's not impossible. So they want you to recognize that your business has been in existence for 2 years. You perform work in the industry that you are applying for. They would like you to attend. A lot of times you want to attend some SBA workshops for the Small Business Administration. And here's the website for you can find those. They have a group called SCORE, and SCORE really are consultants that are in your local area, and they help you with the SBA process. They also help you with being a government contractor. And then if you're looking for different contracts, there's a procurement office that is set up for each region. So you really want to utilize some of those resources, virginia.gov. And I have that website, that list of all the different websites that you have available to you. But just letting you understand, when you're registering your business for government contracts, the government wants you to apply for a DUNS number. DUNS is Duns and Bradstreet, and that's just a number that it's kind of equivalent. It's not equivalent to an employee identification number, but it is a number that identifies you in the government system. The government doesn't just allow anyone to go into their system. They want you to fill out a form to prove your federal tax ID number, to prove that you are certified to do your business, and that you are registered your business within your state and within your county. So that's basically all they want to know. And then there's an application. There's a small document that you need to fill out. And then once that is done, they will start creating a cage code. A cage code is a unique identifier code, and that identifies you as your business. They also, when you create your cage code, it looks at what your industry is. So the cage code is similar to your SIC, which is Standard Industry Classification. And that's a series of 4-digit codes. And we use those codes in the federal government contract to search and to apply for government contracts. All right. The government has kind of changed up some of the naming of these. So I'm just explaining what some of the names are. NAIC codes, North American Industry Classification System code. It's pretty much the same codes, but what it identifies is what type of business industry you're in and what type of classification you are in regards to your business, right? So I'm a business owner, but I also do professional coaching. I work in education. So they have different codes based upon, training and development, education, IT, software development. So there's all different codes based upon your industry. And when you apply for your DUNS number, they're going to ask you to identify your codes. And it's just a list that you look through on their website and you pick which code is for your industry. It's really not that hard. It's just a process you have to go through. Once you go through that process, then the federal government will email you and mail you your DUNS number. So it doesn't happen automatically or simultaneously. Once you get that, I would say about a week or 2 weeks, there is going to be a DUNS representative number that you can call, and that number is going to be utilized for you to bid on government contracts. In order to see government contracts, you have to go to certain government contract websites. So FedBids Ops is one of the websites that we go to. And then SAMS is one of the websites that we go to. In order to utilize those websites and to see any government opportunities, you have to first have the DUNS number. You have to first classify what your SIC or NAIC codes are, and the government has to approve all of that and just add you to their system. That's really that's really what it is in a nutshell. So it's not really that hard, but it is a process. And when you do that, you can be able to go and search the different contracts that are on the government websites. I am going to give you these websites again. The SBA.gov, which is Small Business Administration. They would be the office that you would go to in the state of Virginia, also for the federal government. And they have a lot of different grants available to you. They have different classifications. Say you're a woman-owned business, they have classifications for that. For veterans, they have classifications for different minorities. They have an 8A classification, and there's different qualifications for each of these. So you really want to take the time to research. Some of them for the 8As and the SWAN, small women-owned businesses. They have the veterans-owned business. They have minority disadvantaged businesses. So they have a lot of different classifications, and you want to be really familiar with those. It's not something, everyone is, it's not going to apply to everyone. So you really want to make sure that that's what you want to do. There's usually just a small application you need to fill out. They also like to see your finances and see, a spreadsheet of what kind of income you have coming in, some type of executive summary from your business plan, and then they could inform you of what their process is. Some certifications are easier to get than others. This all helps you when you're getting government contracts. So that way people know, hey, you're SBA business, certified through 8A or certified through SWAN. There's just different ones. And so I really want you to have that information available. Loudoun.gov. This is where you're going to go to register your business on their business website, and they're going to ask you to pay for your business license. Any business that does business in Loudoun County has to have a business license to do business. And the application fee is online. I think it's like still $10, and you go to the courthouse when it's finalized, and you just swear in and you get a business license. And then the SCCs, or State Corporation Commission, that is where you're actually registering your business through the state of Virginia. They just want to know, there's some application that you have to go into. They want to know if you're going to be a sole proprietor, if you're going to be a limited liability partner, or you're going to be a limited liability corporation, or if you're going to be incorporated, a for-profit, or a nonprofit. So there's different categories that they want you to classify. And all of those different classifications really depends on your business model and depends on what your business goal is, what it is you want to do for your business in the future. IRS, Internal Revenue Service, that is where you're going to apply for your tax ID number. All businesses who do business in the United States have to have a tax ID number. It's equivalent to your social security number. So if someone does business with you and you want to give them a receipt, and they want a statement of what services were rendered, you're going to have your tax ID number up there, and that is going to be something that's going to identify your business forever. And then your State Corporation Commission is going to ask you at some point, have you registered your business with the IRS? Okay. I threw out here this GoDaddy website. It's a great website developer. And then Virginia Small Business Development Center. That is the Small Business Development Center available to you in Loudoun County. And the advantage to you is that it's free. It's a free service for you. And they have accountants, they have business mentors, they have insurance agents, they have financial advisors, they have tax accountants, they have lawyers, they have litigators, and you're going to need to know this information. So if you want to do different contracts, I'm going to show you that business proposal as well. Virginia.gov, the state of Virginia, there are contracts that you can obtain through the Virginia.gov, through the state of Virginia. And there is, some categories and qualifications that they want you to go through. But anytime you go through any of these websites, I would just search. And if you don't know what to do, I would put in business, go in the search engine and go to business. If we have more time, I would walk you through each and every one of these. We just don't have that kind of time. I usually do that with clients who are, if you're ready to move forward, we usually do that. And I help you register yourself in the state corporation. I help you register with the IRS, and I help you register within Loudoun County. So that way you have all the things that you can do. I also help you with your business plan and help you with trying to do some business contracts and proposals and registering you in the system. The U.S. Census Bureau, we talked about that last week. And I showed you a little bit how you can go in there and do, it really helps you with your target market segmentation. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're doing contracts with the government or with the federal government, with the state government, they want to see your business plan. So there is no way we're going to get out of that. Okay. And labor, the Loudoun Business Chamber, I love the Business Chamber because they have so many different events available to you. And so I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand, all these different resources available to you, right? So let's see, what else do we have for you? I have a lot of goodies. So today we are going to have a guest speaker when we come back. So we're going to give you guys a little break, and then we're going to come back around 8 o'clock. And the guest speaker should be here at 8. But Thomas is an owner of TMH Global International LLC, and he's going to provide he provides global financial services. But he's going to give you guys some feedback about, businesses and some of the common things that he sees. And he specializes in business development, accounting, and taxes for nonprofit and for-profit entities. And he has 25 years of business experience. So I do think you're going to really enjoy working with Thomas. One thing I am going to show you before you guys go to break, I want to make sure you see that there is a business proposal here for you on Schoolology that I uploaded. And I think it's further down here, sample business proposal. And I also put the different weeks for all the documents so you guys can know which weeks that we talked about these different topics. But really, it's a proposal between you and the other company. I also have a document called joint venture agreements. And you have to just really read through it and decide, the things that you outline on your business plan are really going to be what you're utilizing here, so that companies can see, a prospective client can see what it is that you offer, and they can align it with, what it is that they need from you. Okay. And then you can outline what you're going to be doing with them, how long you're going to be working with them, your different milestones, your goals, how much it's going to cost you, some materials that you're going to need, your financial plan, and kind of not your whole business financial plan, but in regards to pricing, how much it's going to cost you to offer that service to them. Okay. Marketing, licensing fees, equipment. There's a lot of different things that you need to think about when you're working with another industry, and really outlining all of these things initially is going to help you be a lot more successful, especially when you're trying to negotiate deals with other business owners, and they want to make sure that you are really in it for the long term. Okay, so we're going to go to a break, and then we'll come back and have our guest speaker. Does anyone have any questions before we do that?